Hello and welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a great day. We have a few things to get into today. It's a pretty gross and icky day and gloomy out there, so it's just kind of, I feel a little bit weighed down today, bogged down, but I decided anyway to show up and continue to show up. There are some days where it just feels like the pressure and the stress is just a little bit too much, but I've taken some time, prayed, given it to God. I can only do what I can do, and everything will work out as it's supposed to. There are some things that I really want to get into today because it's like only been 24 hours. My gosh, what is going on? Someone made a comment that I never introduced myself and say my name. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into it. In Frame with Mandy Magnan. Stephanie motherfucking Jones, come to the front, please. I've already done a deep dive on the PR tactics that were used, coordinated by Leslie Stone and Stephanie Jones in the whole It Ends With Us drama. However, yesterday I was watching a video last night, and the stuff I found out in this little 6-minute video by Candace Owens that has to do with Stephanie Jones, I'll play a quick clip right now.
Definitely concrete evidence of the fact that this family is going through a black propaganda campaign. I am being told, unbelievably, that the PR firm that is engaging in this behind the scenes, and I'm going to say allegedly here, is Stephanie Jones PR. Cannot make this up. The one that is engaged in the lawsuit right now with Justin Baldoni.
If you are involved with the takedown of Justin Bieber, leave Justin alone. Leave him alone. It wasn't good enough that you already are, in my opinion, alleged, in my opinion, from what I know about you, Stephanie Jones, a horrible boss, an evil woman. You treat your employees disgusting, okay? No wonder why so many clients have left you and so many clients are still leaving you. It has nothing to do with Wayfair. It was happening already before. And now to know that you're possibly alleged in connection with everything that's happening with Justin Bieber is absolutely vile. I'm still to this day get shocked by the evils that are just rampant and running all over this world and in California and LA and Hollywood and the entire PR. I mean, it's just, wow, eyes open to PR now. I haven't spoken on the Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez and all of that because Canadian boy Justin Bieber, I fully just think that the world it's just so much pressure. Like, he must be under so much pressure. I couldn't ever imagine being a kid and being tossed around like candy at a party. Every talk show, every award show you go to, you have full-grown adults groping at you and just treating you like this little carrot in front of a rabbit. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was his life. He broke up with Selena Gomez. They officially broke up, guys, in 2012. They originally broke up and then they were on and off again till 2018. 2018, 7 years later. Can you imagine if every single move that your ex made or that you made or that anybody even remotely close to your ex made, it would always be brought back to you every single time? I couldn't even. I even get mad when my exes text me from years ago. Just one text, hey, how are you doing? I'm like, no, thank you. His entire life is under a microscope. All this stuff comes out about Hailey, how they're saying she was obsessed for like a decade over Justin. I think she was more like a little bit obsessed with Selena, to be honest, the way it like plays out to me. And then of course everything that happens with Diddy. And now tied Justin back into that, like his own trauma, his own abuse. He never wanted probably the world to be treating him the way they're treating him now, like a victim. And it's just a really sad situation. And Candace Owens put it pretty well that this is just a media targeted attack against Justin and his family and his relationship, because he is actively trying to get out of Hollywood. He's actively trying to get out of the music industry. Like, the big power players that kind of rule everything. You know, we see it happen time and time again. Michael Jackson, Kanye West. I mean, it's happening to so many people. Britney Spears, it happened to. Wendy Williams, it's happening to. Like, they really try to control you, manipulate you. And allegedly, Justin Bieber, you know, he's in a fight right now for the rights of his music. And now they are actively trying to destroy him. And it's everywhere you look. And honestly, I just feel so bad for him. Leave him alone. Let this man live. Stop. Oh my gosh, it's so wild. It is wild how obsessed, and every little thing you bring back to his ex-relationships and to his future and like his current relationship, and it's exhausting, and it's honestly, it's very distasteful, and I think it's very disgusting. He's gone through a lot in his life. He found God. He was in a really good place, and y'all just can't let this man live. Oh my gosh. I really hope that Justin is able to give it to his faith and find the strength that he found when he was with the Lord and was healing. And I wish nothing but the best for him. But Stephanie Jones, if you are a part of this, we will come for you. Okay? We will. It's not over with you. And speaking of not over with you, let's read a little statement that you decided your team should give to the media. Representatives from Stephanie Jones has spoken to Deadline, and the headline is, in Justin Baldoni-Blake Lively legal saga, publicist Stephanie Jones rebukes suspicious allegations that she leaked confidential information. She's claiming that she never did anything. This is a huge mess, and that she's being blamed for a bunch of stuff that she didn't do. And she quotes to say about their lawsuit, "This fails on numerous fronts. First, there was no leak. Information was produced pursuant to a subpoena. Wayfair's willfully avoids this reality to advance its publicity-seeking leak narrative, but they cannot change the subpoena." Deadline has viewed a copy of the subpoena cited by Jones, dated last October. It orders her to turn over all related pieces of communication, including email and text. It's very interesting that Deadline, what is wrong with my speech? It's very interesting that Deadline was able to see the subpoena, but nobody else can find it. It is nowhere. Where is this subpoena and why? And it's very interesting that she cites that it was dated in October, because allegedly the Lively party started colluding with Tay Swizzy and the New York Times in October. So if they got all the text messages, they reactively went and started making that story for the New York Times, in my opinion. Attorneys for Jones also seized on the contention by Abel, a former partner at Jones' work, that she kept everything above board. On the contrary, they argue, using text messages said to be from Abel, the ex-employee was looking to do damage to Jones on the way out the door. Hiding and lying from the truth at this stage of the game, when we've already had so many receipts proven to us, is extremely, extremely, first of all, annoying, but very dangerous, because allegedly Stephanie Jones was, and this isn't the first time. I mean, I already showed you the article, Who's Afraid of Stephanie Jones. They've also created a whole website about from ex-employees of Stephanie Jones. Like, this isn't just Jennifer Abel, right? It's been going on. So this isn't the first time. I mean, let's just recount a few things that Stephanie Jones allegedly has done. Jennifer Abel wasn't able to conceive, and Stephanie Jones, from hearing it from her psychic, went around the office and told all of the employees that she was pregnant with twins. Yeah, even though she knew that she was unable to do that. That's weird. She would go around the office and cite things as facts that her psychic would tell her, like Jennifer Abel had a drinking problem and narcotics addiction, because her psychic told her. She would play music so loud, Stephanie Jones allegedly would play music so loud that she would be able to berate her staff without them being able to record it or anyone hear it. Things like that, of that nature, okay? Also, during this whole summer of 2024, Wayfair and Jamie Heath sent Stephanie Jones text messages saying, stop, You're breaking our plan. Stop speaking on our behalf. We no longer want you to say anything because you're doing exactly what we've asked you not to do. So who's in breach of contract? I mean, they told her no so many times and she kept going. And let's not just say how she treated Jennifer Abel on her last day. On her last day, it was actually supposed to be like her third last day. She shows up to work like a normal day. She gave this woman months in advance that she was leaving, okay? Shows up to work. Jennifer Abel is greeted at the door by security and is brought into this room while a tech guy goes through her entire laptop because they're accusing her of having these secret files, which in turn she never had. Then they take her work phone and phone number, which they told her that she would be able to get. And days later, Jennifer Abel was still begging her for her phone number back that she had since a teenager. And then Stephanie Jones went and took all of her messages, was telling all of the staff about what was on her phone. She still to this day has all of the pictures, all of her texts, all of her emails, and then somehow all of that got into the hands of Leslie Sloan and Blake Lively. Subpoena, no subpoena, I don't know. I'm just saying, regardless of the text messages and the subpoena that she shared, Jennifer Abel's phone, what she did and who she is as a woman and a boss, gross. And you know what? While we're on this whole subpoena thing, it's very interesting if she was given a subpoena, ordered by subpoena to turn over all text messages and all emails. Where are the text messages with Leslie Sloan and Stephanie Jones then? Where are the text messages between Stephanie Jones and Wayfair? Because the New York Times didn't put any of that in. Blake Lively didn't use any of that. They only used the text messages that they thought was going to help them in this case. Cherry-picked text messages to paint and drive a narrative, but there are so many other emails and communications I believe that are missing. So it'll be interesting to see when we get all of the texts, especially from the Blake Lively party, her text with her publicist, her text with her crisis manager, and see the difference in tone and who was actually on the attack and who was on the defense. Stephanie Jones rep continues to say, Abel's counterclaims are nothing but a masterclass in dissembling and diversion, a nothing is my fault retort that seeks to avoid any accountability for her unethical and unlawful actions revealed in Jones' Works complaint. Abel has no real response for her duplicitous campaign to ruin Jones's reputation, steal Jones' Works clients, and with co-conspirator Melissa Nathan, make really good money and be happy. Instead, she reports to hyperbolic fantasy seeking to rewrite history with a series of falsities, attempted character assassination of Jones, and defamatory accusations about supposed leaks of information when, in reality, the text messages she wrote on a company phone were produced by the company in response to a lawfully delivered subpoena. The reporting that has dominated the news, smear campaign against Joan, personal jabs, false allegations, she was behind the Lively smear, etc., have quite literally zero to do with the lawsuit Jones has filed. The gaslighting begins. As these filings make clear, and this brief reinforces the plain terms, Jones's lawsuit isn't one about a movie or the drama surrounding it. It's about whether a former client and a former employee broke their contractual obligations. Whether it was Abel stealing droves of confidential documents or Wayfair and Baldoni failing to pay fees to Jones' work, it is abundantly clear these defendants are in a violation of the law. And they claim that this is a distraction game in the press. And I just want to bring you to the very last paragraph of this rep who was speaking to Stephanie Jones, because when I read this, the way I was like, what? Unable to identify any actionable statements by Miss Lively, they argue she is liable for things her husband allegedly said. In 2025, wives are not responsible for their husband's words. It is incredible that Baldoni, a person who calls himself a feminist, would take such a position. Woo-hoo! Okay, so Ryan Reynolds, let's just be clear, was not acting as Blake Lively's husband. He was her representative. She had him in meetings berating her boss. Instead of having a lawyer, a union rep, a manager, her talent agency, her PR person, anybody in those meetings, she had her husband representing her. So first of all, Ryan is not playing husband. He's playing manager, okay? He's playing manager. And in 2024 and in 2025, why is a husband showing up to a wife's business meetings? Why is a husband including himself in all of his wife's business dealings? Why is a husband sabotaging a PR press tour that he has nothing to do with? Why is the husband involved? He inserted himself there. He was not playing just nice, friendly husband. She brought him there to be her representative, meaning her manager, and to speak on her behalf. Therefore, he is freaking included. And the fact that you could even be like, oh, in 2025, wives aren't responsible for what their husbands say. Come on. Let's not play this game that like Ryan Reynolds is so freaking innocent and Blake Lively had no idea what he was doing and she's just this poor victim and how can she control her husband? The both of them give me, oh my gosh. It's just when you read things like this, it's like, what? How are you guys even saying this? Like she even says in her own lawsuit that she had a choice of representative and she chose her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Therefore, he is her representative. So anything he says is for Blake Lively. He's speaking for her, with her, defending her, pleading for her. Like, this is absolutely insane that they would even say something like this. I think it's so crazy. And to me, what I think is secondhand embarrassment for Blake is to even not even be able to put your big girl pants on and show up to a business meeting without your friggin' husband there. To me, that's more embarrassing in 2024 and 2025. That you had to run to your husband to show up to business meetings with the executives to what? But now whatever he says, oh, how can she be responsible for that? Ew, gross, grow up. Oh my God, that was, I really felt that one. Jeez, I really got into it. But it's just like, at this point, it's just like annoying, okay? We're not stupid. We're not going to buy into all of the gaslighting. We're not going to believe all of these stupid things that you're saying. Like, it's just enough is enough. To say something so unbelievably ridiculous like that is just like, ugh, I just can't take it. It's like so, to me, it's like so, just like, ugh, it's gross, okay? It's so gross. Moving on, because it never ends, Blake Lively has reposted on Instagram, I guess it's this whole thing, still hawking products, still selling her hair care line. Take a break. Take a break, girl. Like, I don't know if you know this and your attorneys probably should have told you straight away. Delete social media, okay? The fact that you guys haven't even scrubbed all of your social media yet and people are still finding all of these videos and all of these things about you that could have been gone, that are working now against you, is wild. What is B16 doing for you? Because my God, he definitely, thumbs up, he definitely, like, scrub it. Stop going on social media. I know people are going to be like, don't give her advice, don't give her advice. This is law school 101, okay? This is like basic. And the fact that you're still hucking your freaking hair care line and your Betty Boos on your personal account, I get that business still goes on as usual, but girl, it's okay to take a break. Like, it's okay to take a timeout, delete all your social media. You're in a battle. Look around. You're in a battle right now, a huge legal battle, okay? It's okay to just disappear, okay? Deal with your family. Deal with yourself every day. Try to get stronger, better. Stay off social media. I mean, this is just, I can't even, my mind is blown. My mind is blown today by so many things, and like this is one of them, because it's like, oh, the hair care line, girl, oh my God, give it a minute, okay? Yesterday in the big headlines for the last 48 hours was how Harvey Weinstein was on Justin Baldoni's side. Apparently he came out, he spoke to a few sources and said that, you know, he was on the side that the New York Times did the same thing to him, that this is very much looking like the exact same thing that Megan Twohey and the New York Times did to Harvey Weinstein. They cherry-picked text messages, they fed this false narrative, and it got out of control. Everyone ran with that, including me, from reading all of the articles I read about it and what was cited by these sources, that he was, you know, feeling bad for Justin Baldoni and on his side. But Vanity Fair, let's talk about it, okay? Because today, Vanity Fair has, congratulations, Justin Baldoni. Harvey Weinstein is not on your side. In a statement issued to Vanity Fair, representative for Weinstein clarified his earlier comments about Baldoni lively legal dispute in the New York Times. He's not familiar enough with the details and has only ever had the kindest, warmest interactions with both Blake and Ryan. Oh, that's so cute. And honestly, it's fine because we don't want you on Justin Baldoni's side. Justin Baldoni's side is for truth setters, is for people on the right side of things, is for standing up to evils, okay? Okay? You're not a good man. And even if you, I don't know what the New York Times did to you. I don't know what's true or not true. But I know for sure you're not a good man. Just in my opinion. But now this is where it gets interesting and why the Vanity Fair should do some explaining. Do you know how in social media, or when you're doing social media, they always try to tell you like, oh, this is how you get an audience. You're supposed to have a hook. You have a catch, you know, you have a hook. The same thing has been going on in PR the entire time. Any kind of publication, they try to get you with like a big title to like catch you and hook you, right? Well, Zach Peter over on TikTok and here on YouTube, he noticed and he screenshotted the original Vanity Fair article, which said, congratulations, Justin Baldoni. Harvey Weinstein is on your side. In a statement issued to TMZ, the convicted rapist expressed support for Baldoni. The convicted rapist expressed support for Baldoni. They're making it seem like, oh, congratulations, look at you. You have freaking Harvey Weinstein, right? In a statement issued to TMZ, the convicted rapist expressed support for Baldoni. Well, isn't that a little bit different than what we have today? Doesn't say anything about his conviction, doesn't say anything. Congratulations, Justin Baldoni. Harvey Weinstein is not on your side. So now it's a bad thing? I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Is that what we're saying? In a statement issued to Vanity Fair, representative for Harvey Weinstein clarified his earlier comments about Baldoni lively legal dispute in the New York Times. He is not familiar with the details and has only had the kindest, warmest interactions with both Blake and Ryan. Where is the convicted rapist part in this one, Vanity Fair? A little biased, I say. Check. It's so interesting when you're really able to see this stuff and how before we never saw it. We were just spoon-fed all of this information. But like things like this is like, the internet is forever. Screenshots are forever. I mean, this is, again, it's mind-blowing that people think that they can just get away with that, and we're so stupid and so gullible that we are just going to believe everything that they put out there, even though 24 hours later was something completely opposite. And now they word it. I mean, it's just, wow. It seems like more casts are pulling away from Blake Lively as this exclusive dropped today in the Daily Mail. Blake Lively's co-star appears to distance herself to avoid being dragged into the Justin Baldoni suit. Isabela Ferrer has gone and deleted most of her pictures that have to do with her and Blake Lively. She did keep a couple in of her just like with the ends, it ends with us stuff, but has removed everything else that has to do with Blake. Made a statement. Isabella deleted her photos with Blake Lively at the advice of those around her, a source told Daily Mail. Blake wants to drag her into this lawsuit and asked her to back her up on her accusations of sexual harassment, but Isabella could not do this because she didn't personally see this, the source continued. She was very naive when she was cast, and everything to her was a privilege. She was so focused on her character, she didn't have time to get involved in any gossip. She knows that defending anyone against accusations when she didn't see this herself with her own two eyes could be very damaging to her career. She feels shafted, and deleting her photos with Blake was no accident. I think it's definitely a move. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's forever. You know what I mean? We all saw the circus that you guys ran. I actually feel really bad for all of the other cast except maybe for Jenny Slate. Um, but I do feel bad for young Atlas and young Lily. I think especially Isabel Ferrer, this was her first movie, her big movie, and to be dragged in and sucked into the spider web of Blake Lively's, to be completely love bombed and groomed so that then later you would have to do her a solid and a favor to have her back against these wild accusations that have no truth to them is absolutely, I mean, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to think you just got your big break and this is all of the drama that has surrounded it. I just feel bad for everyone. I just feel like every single person has been so deeply affected by this. So many people's lives have been affected by these accusations, including Isabel Ferrer. And I just feel bad for everyone. I mean, the spider web of people who are involved in this entire thing now, it's just gotten so big and so out of control. And I don't think that anyone thought that it was going to get to this point. I really truly stand by the fact that I think that Blake Lively and her dragons colluded with the New York Times to put out this story. And Megan Twohey thought that, hey, I did it with Harvey Weinstein and the Me Too movement, so you're going to get the exact same response. And when it wasn't, because there were so many untruths to it, and the Wayfair people came back with so many receipts, and we haven't even seen probably most of them, because we haven't seen any of the footage. I mean, we saw the dance montage, but everything else, apparently they have everything caught. They recorded all of the rehearsals. I mean, it's not good. It's not, and all of this because your reputation suffered, because you couldn't fathom that people just didn't like you, that you were such a mean girl for like 10 to 15 years, that people were pulling old videos of you, that people were pissed that you got married on a plantation, that people were pissed that you did blackface, that that you were just rude and mean. And the way that you did the entire press tour was absolutely disgusting. You couldn't fathom that. You really thought that there was a coordinated effort against you, and really people were just like, hey, you're not a good person. You don't know what you're talking about with DV. Women are actually pissed at you because you're not taking it seriously. You're victim blaming in your statements. You have no idea what you're talking about. This isn't a fun, romantic, fun freaking movie, right? Ugh. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about today. I'm just kind of like annoyed by it all, because it just seems like the lies don't stop, the gaslighting doesn't stop. It's like enough is enough. Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence that any of this happened? I'm just going to show a small clip now of behind the scenes of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni on the set of It Ends With Us. And the way this is actually monstrous of a talent to be arguing with the director like this on the set. I can see clearly what is happening in this video. Let me see what you guys think. It looks like Justin was letting Blake know where the camera was going to be set up, and she was going to come from a direction, and she just decided that's not how it should go. It should come from this way. It should come up and should pan up. And what do you think about that? And oh, I don't know if you like it, but this is what I think. And you could just tell it was so combative, and that she was really, really, really trying to take control from the director. That's not how it goes. That's not how it works on set, okay? You as the talent, you as the actor, you don't deal with shots. You don't deal with if it's a medium. You could see she's like punching in from medium wide, talking about shots. That's not your job. Your job is to show up and do the work as an actor, okay? The director and the director of photography and all of the crew and everyone else, they deal with everything else. You be an actor, okay? You should have focused more on Lily Bloom's character and DV and her storyline than all of the other stuff that you did. over there on the Instagram earlier, and I kept seeing all of this stuff that was very anti-Justin and very pro-Blake, but I'm very happy with the comments that I saw, people being like, whoa, enough is enough. Like this one that states, that's right, Justin Baldoni, the man who has built his brand on supposedly speaking up for victims, believed that the First Amendment rights of victim of sexual assault and harassment to speak out should give way to the rights of perpetrators to sue their victims into oblivion. That was from Blake Lively's legal team. Yes, and here is the article on Us Weekly, April 10th, 2025. Blake Lively accuses Justin Baldoni of trying to silence victims with scorched earth tactics. Chilling message. Scorched earth litigation sends to victims to stay silent or be destroyed, the statement reads. As demonstrated in the reply brief Ms. Lively filed today, the Wayfarer party's attempt to slap Ms. Lively with a retaliatory lawsuit for her decision to speak out against the sexual harassment she experienced on set has not only failed miserably, but exposes them to substantial economic damages. Ms. Lively will continue to show all victims that they are not alone, that they do not have to stay silent, and that the law is on their side. Wayfarer parties have tied themselves in knots trying to state a defamation claim against Ms. Lively that is not barred by the statute of limitations or wholly contained within her legal complaints, which they concede cannot form the basis of any actionable claims. Are we reading the same lawsuits? Are we looking at the same exhibits? Are we... No. And I really like that Blake Lively now has found power and strength in her voice to speak up for all victims. All victims, right? Because where was that same energy in the summer? Because believe me, I was paying attention in the summer because of what I was going through. Okay? Where was that? So, let's not forget, Blake, that you were able, through your own text messages that we see, you took over the wardrobe, you rewrote scenes, you canceled scenes, you had your husband berating your bosses. You had all of this strength, you had all of this voice, you had this huge thing. You took weeks and weeks off end. You were on set for 16 days in phase 1. 16 days. Right? You never signed your contract. You never signed your nudity rider. And you never spoke up about it until your hair care line, your Betty Boos, and your reputation tanked because of your own actions with your husband and maximum effort. That's when you spoke up about it, and that's when you dropped the story in the New York Times before even filing the lawsuit, weeks before. So, victims don't need you, Blake, okay? Real victims, real survivors, real women who are in the world, we don't need your voice. Thank you. Well, that's all I have for you today on this Friday. I feel just a little bit, I don't know, annoyed, I guess was the word of the day. Grossed out, annoyed, irritated. Yeah, that's just my mood. I'm trying to shake it off because I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? I mean, until there's like a major break in this case, I think all of these small details, I'm just over it because it's all the same thing over and over and over. This so fake narrative that they're trying for us to believe when we've already seen the timeline. We've already had, I've gone through the timeline, And at this point, it's like they still just think that we're stupid and we're going to buy everything that they're feeding us. But it's too late. Okay? It's too late for that. Caught up on Wheel of Time last night. Watched the newest episode that came out. My gosh, first of all, I was a little disappointed because Rain wasn't in it at all. His storyline wasn't in it, but it did follow. It was gruesome. Wow, what an episode. I was not expecting it. It was really good. I can't wait to see what happens next on this show. This has to be one of the best shows ever created. I'm super excited. 2 days. In 2 days, The Last of Us is coming out. I also want to try to go catch like a movie next week, so I'll let you guys know about that. And I'm also going to be watching The Surfer with Nicolas Cage. So super excited about that. I'll have a full review on that movie. And yeah, I'm hoping that the rest of the day is just such a good day for all of us. And I do want to end on a happy note because, as I said, I'm just feeling a little bit, I don't know what's going on today. I'm just trying to fill my cup, so I could be 100% for everyone. So we're going to pick a motivational card by the deck. Listen, bitch! And see what we can kind of leave on. Because if I'm feeling like this, then I'm sure there's other people feeling like this. And I already had a couple of text messages from some friends today saying that they're just feeling like down and gloomy and not really feeling it, And I don't like that. I want us all to shine, queen, shine, Don't forget to celebrate the battles that you fought. That's not right. I didn't read that right at all. Don't forget to celebrate the silent battles that you fought and won. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Celebrate all of the battles. Showing up here today was a little bit of a silent battle. I mean, not sleeping all day. I was feeling a little bit... What is that? What's that saying? Worn to weathered? Weathered and worn. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Now I'm just rambling on. But yeah, celebrate the battles, even the silent ones. And no matter what that little battle is, continue to celebrate you and continue to show up for yourself. You have no idea how important it is that by you showing up for yourself, you might inspire others to do the same. And if we're not here to continually expand and grow and create change, then what is the point of it all? I think it's really important that we do celebrate with ourselves all of the strength that we have within us and all of the strength that we have to keep going and to continue. And yeah, well, I'm just inspired by that already. I think good things are ahead. I know it to be true. And yeah, no matter what you're going through, just know that to get on the other side of it, you have to go through it, and it sucks. But just keep this in mind, a little thought that butterflies, when it's raining, right? When it's raining, butterflies choose not to fly because they don't want to destroy their wings. So the butterflies will actively seek shelter when it's raining to protect themselves from the raindrops from destroying their wings. So you might just be in a rainy season right now where you have to lay low, protect yourself, protect your wings so that when the rain stops, you can fly because you're still a butterfly. Oh my gosh, I hope that made some sense to somebody. But there are seasons and there are seasons in life. And as long as even when it's raining, you decide to continually choose you and celebrate all of the special moments and the magic in life, you'll get through it. You will get through it. And the journey is the story. Who you become on the other side of it, which you now can't see, that is the point. That is the magic. That is the power that you hold. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go, but happy Friday. It was really nice being here. Honestly, I feel so much better by just showing up, even though I got a little bit intense and rambled on and ranted and vented. I'm thankful that I did it, So I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye.